Hello Pisces, welcome to your weekly reading from March 20th to the 26th. This is for Pisces Sun and Rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring you a lot more clarity, to get more specific. I don't know if you can hear my dog over there. I do this, Pisces, because I love you and I want you to feel like it's a personal reading rather than a general spread. I also use astrology because it's been used for thousands of years, dating back to, third millennium BCE. It's had major influence on divination, including tarot, which came out in the 14th century. So we go really deep. Every tarot card is assigned an astrological element, a ruling planet. That's why I use astrology. And speaking of astrology, Pisces, this is a big week. All right, this is the week. If you saw my monthly overview, the forecast for Pisces, or even the past few weeks, you know this is a huge week for you especially. Okay, one of the reasons why it's a big week is because we're officially entering Aries season on March 20th. Okay, Sun in Aries and spring equinox. Yay, right? We're officially in spring. Secondly, the day after, we have a new moon in Aries. So a lot of people ask, what is a new moon? I say, think of Clark Kent turning into Superman, okay? It has a lot of power. There's a lot of power. It's like 2,000 times a normal moon. So new moons bring new beginnings, okay? Now, I'm going to get to why this is so relevant to you specifically. But before I do that, Mercury's are in Aries and Jupiter's in Aries, all right? And then midweek, the moon is still in Aries all midweek. And so that is a lot of activity in Aries, which happens to be your second house, okay? Second house is salary. It's money. It's finances, all right? So you may see, because Jupiter's been in your sign since March, okay? The problem is Jupiter went retrograde and then it dipped back actually into your sign, which was great, and then it went back into Aries. And again, this is your second house. There are no retrogrades. You're possibly, a lot of Pisces have already made a lot more money than you normally do. This is the week where you may see a lot more money come through, okay? Your salary increase in some way, shape, or form, all right? So that's really good. And if not, put action toward it, because remember, Aries is all about action. It's all about taking action, all right? Jupiter in Aries really is more about that action you take. Ooh, boom. And if I don't do jumpers, but if that card comes out in your spread, then we will definitely talk about it. But then when Jupiter goes into Taurus, that's when we kind of like reap the rewards, right? So again, a lot of Pisces, you may see some activity around that. Now, I always say, if you are like the king of Switzerland watching this video, where money and wealth is not even a big deal to you, it's not, you're all set. The second house is values. It's possessions as well. All right. So think about self-value. All right. There could be an increase there where, you have this moment of clarity and or you find this self-worth and like, actually, I should be making this much more, right? You have that clarity around that. Also, possessions, right? So it could be that you may be buying a new house or a new car, or you could be thinking about those things. So think about that. This is a big week with all that activity in Aries. Very fiery, a lot of energy, all right? A lot of energy. We're talking 4 planets in Aries at this point. And the second thing that we know that's happening, if you're into astrology, this is a big deal. Pluto is going into Aquarius this week, okay? That's going to happen on March 23rd. Now, this is a once-in-a-lifetime event. That's why this is something that astrologers have been talking about for years. Not even just months, years, all right? It's because we're fortunate to experience this, okay? Once in a lifetime event. The last time Pluto was in Aquarius was 250 years ago. It takes about 250 years, plus or take, for Pluto to make a complete circle around, the zodiac wheel. And so think about what happened 250 years ago, all right? That was the French Revolution, the Industrial Revolution, the Age of Enlightenment. It was a signing of the Declaration of Independence. A lot of big things happened globally during Pluto and Aquarius, okay? Now, astrology is all about patterns. So why don't we go back 250 years before that, all right? The mid-1500s, that's when Copernicus, he's the one who said, hey, everybody, I actually don't think that all the planets revolve around us, right? So this was crucial. This was the beginning of the scientific revolution. This is when Andreas Vesalius came out with that book. He's known, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name of the book, but he's considered the founder of modern human anatomy. And so this was the scientific revolution. And this was, both of them were so influential. And the way that we see space and everything, he influenced, Copernicus influenced Galileo and all those famous astrologers and astronomers that we know today. Okay. And, just bringing all that new insight into this groundbreaking new way of seeing things. All right. That was accurate. And so the key message here is that Pluto in Aquarius is revolutionary, and now we're moving through a revolutionary period. Okay, so it's think about Aquarius. It's the humanitarian. All right, it's also Aquarius rules science and space and technology. So we're going through this huge technology revolution. We're going to see some of the biggest, mind-blowing advancements and progress in technology in the next 20 years. You're probably already seeing it now. The fact, like AI, it doesn't even matter, the way that we communicate with each other, right? It's going to be taken to a whole other level. The technology in medicine, technology in any field. It's going to, we're definitely in that period. So we're in a period of another revolution. And actually, if you think about revolution, it actually it's derived from it meant the movement of celestial objects, right? The revolution of the sun and whatnot and planets. So that's really cool. I think that it's really interesting that we're in this time. Now, what does this mean for you particularly, Pisces? Pluto going into Aquarius is your 12th house. The 12th house is the subconscious. The 12th house is everything. Actually, Pisces, this is really actually nice for you because you rule traditionally the 12th house is ruled by Pisces. So it's almost like a homecoming for you for the next 20 years. It's going to be a time where you go really deep and enroot some things that no longer serve you well. You go really deep, okay? And when I say really deep, think about, your subconscious. Think of dreams, your past. It's really going deep to move forward, right? And rooting things. And I always make the analogy, when I had a lot of activity in my 12th house, there was, I had a relationship with someone in my family who for many decades something happened in the past that was it affected the way it affected our relationship. But then when I had all this activity for a year long in my 12th house, I had that time to really, really go deep and root that, if we want to use the word trauma, right? And root that, really heal from that. And I was able to move forward, and I was able to have this relationship with it. So think about that. It's going to be a really great time, and it's going to be a revolutionary time. All right. So and especially with Saturn going into your sign as well, you're definitely, out of all the signs, you're going through a lot of changes, a lot of personal changes. You will be. All right. So let's go ahead and get started, Pisces. Let's see what's going on for you. I'm excited to see all this money that you're going to make. You're going to make this is really great. The fact that Jupiter, the new moon, it's all in your second house of money, your salary, your finances, but also remember value, self-value, and self-worth. So let's go ahead and get started. See what's going on for you, Pisces, for the week of March 20th to the 26th. Again, this is for Pisces, Sun, and Rising. So one thing I was going to say is, if you are new to my channel, I do leave all the key astrological descriptions or dates in the description box. All right, so if you want to follow along. So Pisces, let's see. I do, like I said earlier, a traditional Celtic cross spread. It really does give the best overview. I'm going to, just because I've been doing it for a lot of the other signs, I'm going to pull a lot more clarifiers here for you. And, I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really good. And the reason why I don't do so much, because my readings go really long, and you know that. So I'm going to try not to take up all your time here. So, Pisces, this is going to be a week. This is going to be a week. Listen, we are... remember how I said it with Pluto going into Aquarius? We're going to go really deep, and it's all about going deep to move forward. Here we go. All right, here we go. First, you got the Three of Wands. I love the fact that you did get the Three of Wands, okay? Because it's saying that there has been something that's come through, okay? Something that has come through. You have gone through. You've been ready. A lot of y'all have started this new adventure, this new project, this new, maybe a new job, maybe a new relationship. Three of Wands. I always say this is the green light card, and this is actually ruled by Aries, all right? So we're already in a good place this week. You are, something new's coming, you feel it, okay? You could feel it. Now, I always say, like, think about, like, the 14th century, right? They didn't have iPads. They didn't have planes, they didn't have Hulu or Netflix or whatever. Leaving your like little village, your little bubble to go explore was a big deal. It was a huge deal. So I want you to make it a big deal. And it seems like some of y'all this week, it's going to be a big deal. This new thing that you're going to go after, this passion, maybe an idea that you have that you want to really, turn into, become the next Steve Jobs, or do you know what I mean? Like there's, Pisces, you all are the most you're so imaginative, right? And you're so creative, and I love that about you. I love my Pisces, and I always say that y'all are my secret crush, but I love this. I love this. Now, this is the Three of Wands, all about going out there, meeting people, exploring, finding your passions, exploring your passions, moving into this new area, going to explore it. Now, you did get the Seven of Swords, all right, in the heart of your spread. So this is kind of like the big theme of the week, all right? So you can see that this man is stealing these swords, all right? And not cool, not cool. I call this the lying, cheating, stealing card. Here's the thing. There could be someone this week that, I'm not going to lie, it's the energy is more around you, but I'm going to say it anyway. There could be someone this week where there's someone that's doing something a little underhanded, and you're going to have to come to terms with it, to approach that person, okay? Like there's someone that could be lying to you about something, or cheating on you even, right? I mean, God forbid, but or doing something underhanded, like I said, stealing from you. Maybe you find out that it's your landlord that's charging you extra for something, or maybe you find out that your boss or the company that you work at was actually they took away, like, I don't know, vacation days or something. There was something that you were just like, not cool, not cool. But the bigger message is that it's you, okay? It's almost like there's two things here. One, there is this almost like, for some Pisces, it's like taking shortcuts, okay? I don't want you to take shortcuts. I don't want you to take shortcuts, because you are going to, you're starting this new adventure, and I don't want you to do anything where it could compromise it, or even like self-sabotage, which is associated with this card, all right? So I want you to do the whole process. I want you to do the whole process if you feel that, okay? Again, listen, the swords are the mental suit, right? So that's, communication, decision making, all that's going on up here, all right? Now, you can see that he's stealing the swords in broad daylight. I mean, this is very, like, Machiavellian. This is very, you know what it is? It's, I mean, he's so mischievous, all right? So there's definitely something that's going around this week where you just have to, I don't want to use the word confront because it's really strong, but just come to terms with it, or come to peace with it, or just really approach the situation and make sure that it's not something that you move forward and you just let go, okay? Because if you're aware of this that's happening, whether it's internally for you or whether it's someone that's doing something to you, and you just kind of stay quiet and let it go, you're going to feel that sting, all right? You're going to feel that sting, all right? So we want to take care of this, all right? And again, more of the message is you, and I want you to look at him. He's looking back, all right? Remember what I said. I want you to look forward. I want you to be, optimistic about moving forward as well. And the reason why I say that is because you did get the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man came in the challenge area of your spread. All right. So this is something that you really have to come to, a really, it's like a truth you're going to have to face this week, all right? The Hanged Man is all about looking at things in a new way, a new perspective, but when it's in your challenge area, there's that disconnect, okay? So be open to it, be open to the possibilities, and be open to confronting some of these things that you may be hiding from yourself or not ready to face yet. This is a week where you have all this, with all this activity in Aries, remember what I said, all that self value, right? And self worth. You have a window of opportunity where you have all this luck on your side. All right. So this is a week to do that. Now, you did get the Six of Pentacles, all right, in your crown. And this is great because you are looking for, it looks like for a lot of Pisces, you are looking for that I guess just assistance or help. You can see this is a card of generosity. Six is the heart of the tree of life. Okay, so this is a great card. It's all about gratitude, all right, and spreading that gratitude. Whether it is you that you're in a position where you may be thinking this week, I want to be taking care of others, okay? I want to be taking others that need my help. But then at the same time, it could be you that needs the help, all right? Whatever it is, that generosity, that gratitude brings a lot of balance, and it seems like this, all right? You can even see the scale in his hand, speaking of balance, right? So this is all about like money and wealth, all right? So there's a lot of y'all that are seeking it, all right? But then when I say money and wealth, I want you to think of wealth in all areas of your life, wealth in career, wealth in family, wealth in your happiness, right? Pentacles are earthbound, so your tangible realities as well. So I love that you did get this card because it's showing where your heart's at, all right? So, and this is all about spreading that wealth. This is all about, having that gratitude. I always say, think of those YouTube, TikTok videos that go viral or on Instagram where, there's influencers, they go in and they have like a meal at a restaurant and they give the waitress like a $500 tip, and then her, she's just like, oh my goodness, like starts crying, and everyone's happy. And but think about that feeling. It's that infectious feeling. I always say, think about the laws of attraction. Gratitude, really fuels the positive energies of this universe, and having that understanding of giving and receiving, like that's really important, okay? That balance, right? Are you giving too much and not getting in return? Think about that. Think about that balance, right? Are you expecting all these things and not giving? Think about that balance, all right? Because you did get the Five of Swords in the root of your spread. So it seems like there is something here, especially coming here, look, with the Seven of Swords in the heart of your spread and the Five of Swords in the root of your spread, it seems like there is some kind of like, the bigger message coming through is like more like psychological warfare. There's like a tug of war going on, or that's happening. And this week you may feel that. But what I want you to do, remember I said, go within and just face some of these truths, and just don't be afraid to. And especially if it's someone around you as well, don't be afraid to, because you need, the Hanged Man comes before death, right? And death is all about transformation. And you need to have that new perspective, that new way of thinking to move through. You have to have that moment of clarity. Now, with the Five of Swords and the root of your spread, it's saying this week, have that moment of clarity. Choose your battles wisely. If this is something that is happening up here, take that time to really just raise your energy levels. Think about, how can I solve this, right? You are, Pisces, you're so creative, okay? You are so creative. Out of all the signs, you are one of the most creative, right? I mean, you are the fish, right? Which represents creativity, okay? And so use that. Think about creative solutions for some problem solving. I mean, it comes naturally to you. And, you are a mutable sign, which means like, adapting to changes isn't hard for you. It's easier for you than some other signs. Let's say it that way. All right. So whatever's happening here, know that when you face these truths, everything is just going to be so much easier for you this week. All right. Now, boom, look, in your future, you got the sun, all right? So, as we know, the sun is, what's really interesting is, the sun comes after the moon, and you rule the moon, all right? So, this is really interesting because there's a lot of emotional elements here. One thing that, and I don't want to say in like, It's more like you're going to have to face these emotions, okay? Because as you can see, you did not get any cups cards in your spread, which is, you know, cups do represent emotions. This is emotional, but a lot of like what's happening up here is affecting you here, but not allowing you to like feel like you're in your element. But the sun in your future is a glorious sign, okay? This is amazing. And this is saying that there is optimism. There is, you know, abundance in your future. Just have those moments to face some of these truths and to be able to see things in the way that you need to see things, okay? And it's, again, I don't want you to have that sting moving forward. You know, it's almost like, you know, when you get in a fight with a friend and y'all don't talk to each other for like weeks, you still have that sting, all right? You know it. It's in the back of your head. It's in your subconscious. It's affecting you. And it's because you haven't resolved anything, right? And you think about negative energy. When you ignore it, when you avoid it, it's still there. Okay, you actually have to come to some sort of resolution. And so have those moments because you have the sun in your future. Optimism, so much optimism here. All right, you can see the white horse, purity, the red banner for victory. You can see the one thing I'm going to point out is you can see there's the waves from the sun. All right, the wavelengths or the rays. All right, and those are just really like the vibrational frequencies. I always say we're all made of energy, right? The sun is the biggest source of energy, okay? And so we all vibrate at a certain frequency, and this is, you know, that's not even my opinion, it's fact, right? It's Albert Einstein, it's Nikola Tesla, it's any physics book you open. We all vibrate at a certain frequency down to the molecular level, and the higher the frequency, the more you attract, right? And so you're moving into abundance, all right? Just make sure you actually, there you go. Just make sure you got the Knight of Cups. I love this. I love this. Just make sure you face some of those truths. So the sun with the Knight of Cups in your future. This is amazing, okay? Knight of Cups is, you know, we call him the knight in shining armor. He's so, you know, romantic. He's so, like, steady, right? He says steady. He's very chivalrous, which, by the way, did you know that chivalry comes from the word, like, chevalier, right? And it actually means knight rider. So the word chivalry comes from the knights. Isn't that cool? Now, you can see that, well, all the knights are active, all right? And the cups, again, represents emotions. And I'm so glad that you got the cup because, remember, you didn't have any here and now you got it, all right? So you're moving into it. Once you have this resolution, you have all the abundance in the world. You have all this optimism. You have a promising future. You have all this opportunity. And then you have this it's almost like all your passions, everything that is going to excite you, is you're moving toward it, because this night all he wants to do is fill his cup. All right, all he wants to do is feel emotionally fulfilled, right? And again, remember what I said about creativity, okay? This Knight of Cups, sure, this is very romance related, all right? This is, you know, like, think of a fairy tale. It's that, again, like Mr. Prince Charming here. And so it could be a relationship, all right? Moving forward in this relationship, or something new coming through for you if you're looking for that. And when I say relationship, not necessarily limited to love and romance, but also career, new job, new path, new beginning, but still just moving forward, okay? We want to move forward. And also, when I was talking about that creativity, not only do you see the wings of imagination on his helmet and his shoes, you see the fish, right? All over his armor. This is so you. This is so you. So, this is a week where there may be something you have to face, and a lot of it is going to be up here. But once you have that moment, you're fine. Look at what's waiting for you in the future. You're so great. You're so good. Now, Pisces, let's get to your stuff. Pisces, if you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. You know I love hearing from you. I love hearing from you. And if you're not a commenter, if you don't like leaving comments or don't have the time, I love emojis. They always make me smile, especially the most random ones. I always love it when I'm like, I didn't even know that emoji existed. And if you're a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. You know, I really, really appreciate you. I really love you. I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for you, and I am very grateful. So thank you for being here with me every week. Now, Pisces. I'm about to make your week, okay? I'm about to make your week. Look at this. Look at this. First of all, you got the Wheel of Fortune. All right. So raise your energy, raise your frequency, okay? Remember, what did I say this in your last? I don't know if I said this in your last reading. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. Guess who said that? That was Albert Einstein, who was a Pisces, okay? I need you to raise your frequency this week and face those truths because you got the Wheel of Fortune, all right? Not only is it, this is a card of like good luck, this is the card, it's the karmic wheel, right? And so you can see the four fixed signs in the corners of the world here, bringing that stability with this luck that you are seeking. You're seeking all this luck. You're looking for this good fortune in your life. You have it. I already said it. You have it in your future, all right? So just raise your frequency. This is very significant. This card is ruled by Jupiter. I said Jupiter is in Aries right now, all about that self-worth, self-value, and if it resonates with you, salary and money and career-wise, right? Just rate it, have matching the frequency of the reality you want, but also believing in yourself, okay? This is also belief, all right? Believing in yourself because, boom, speaking of belief, you got the Magician, all right? Listen, Pisces, there's magic all around us, okay? And there's magic inside you. Now, this is a card of action. Put that magic to use, okay? The Magician has come through in your external factors area. It looks like there is going to be someone who does come through. And actually, not even someone, for some Pisces, it may resonate in a different way, as in like your spirit guides, okay? Or just spiritually, if you're spiritual, especially, and y'all are the most intuitive and y'all are the most psychic, so you could get that message. But you can see here, I'm going to point something out. You can see the Magician. We're just starting our journey, right? Like he's we got the hand to the sky, all right? Hand to the sky, hand to the ground. This is amazing. As above, so below. He's the connection, all right? He's the connection, but between the divine world and our physical world. And what I want you to do is pay attention to the hand to the ground, okay? Now, what your dreams are. You know what your wishes are, what your passions are, what you want to manifest. You know all that. Turn them into your reality. Bring them into your reality, okay? You're going to have the power to do that. Something's coming through to allow that. He does have the power to manifest, all right? Manifest anything. He's got all four tools of tarot at his disposal. You see the pentacles, the cups, the swords, the wands. Where do you want to direct that energy? Think about that, Pisces, because you're going to have that power. Something's coming through and someone could actually make something happen for you, okay? It could be a recruiter. It could be a boss. It could be a family member. It could be, a friend introducing you to someone who turns out being your soulmate, okay? There's manifest it right now. You do see the symbol, the infinity symbol over his head. But one other thing I'm going to point out, you can see on his belt, he has the symbol of the Ouroboros, okay? So that really is the same thing, but it's a lot deeper there, okay? It's a lot deeper. The Ouroboros, this is one of the oldest alchemical symbols, all right? We're predating like actual chemistry here, all right? So the Ouroboros, it is the snake eating its own tail, right? And so break down the word Ouroboros, okay? Oro, snake, and then boros, devouring, right? Like it's been used to describe or reflect the unity of all things, right? The cycles, all the cycles we go through life. But in any case, again, the most important takeaway, action. Where do you want to put your passion? Where do you want to put your energy? Direct it. You will be able to. Came in external factors. With its sun and the Knight of Cups. Oh, Pisces, you're good. You're good. This is going to be a week for you. You also got the King of Wands, okay? You are ready. You're ready, all right? You're enthusiastic. Look, remember we started with the Three of Wands? It's almost like the biggest thing you want right now is to be sitting in this throne, okay? Just being on top of, all this passion, being this influential person or, feeling inspired as well. It's almost like you can see this king. First of all, he's the fun king. We love the King of Wands. Very passionate, very lively. But this is all, he earned his spot here, okay? So it's not through succession. It wasn't through, like generations of family that it was like handed to him. He earned this spot, okay? Now, very transformative energy, because not only do you see, well, here, I'll show you. I'm going to show you this. We were talking about the Ouroboros here? Look at his cape. It's full of the salamanders eating their own tails. You even see the salamander down here. You even see it in his throne. The Ouroboros all over his throne and his cape. I mean, this is really interesting. Also, he leans forward. It's as if he's just like, okay, yeah, I'm king, but there's so much more that I want to do. I love this for you because, I do call him like the Steve Jobs of tarot, because he was so influential. He was so inspiring. He didn't have to work for anyone else. He worked his butt off to sit in that throne, right? He left this legacy. And that's almost like what you want. You want to be recognized, and you want to be sitting in this throne of your passions, everything that you wanted. Now, Pisces, I don't know what to say. You got the Nine of Cups, all right? So this is the Genie in a Bottle card. This is a wish coming true. This is happiness, gratitude. This is in your final outcome. This is, look how happy he is. Look how happy he is, all right? Look at what awaits for you. I mean, this is insane. Look at the turnaround. All you have to do is face this truth this week. That happens this week. And then boom, you have the Sun, you have the Knight of Cups, you have the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Magician, the King of Wands. You have the final outcome, a wish that you want coming true. Look at and also look at the cups over his head, indicating enlightenment, okay? It almost looks like, he's showing off his cups as if they're trophies. That's how like proud he is of like just feeling this way. It's that, gratitude, it's that joy. And, it's written, there you go, Knight of Pentacles. For some of y'all, one of your biggest wishes, something that you want right now, like I said earlier from the beginning of the reading, was like money, okay? And finances and even self-value. But listen, Knight of Pentacles, there you go. Pentacles again, money and wealth. All right, so this is a night, as you can see, as I said earlier, all nights are really active, and this one, you can see his horse is going nowhere, but there's a reason for that, because he likes to sow his seeds, all right, and reap his rewards no matter how long it takes. This is like commitment energy. This is being very grounded. This is being very practical, and this is like setting yourself up for the future, all right? So this is really great. This is, it's almost like for a lot of y'all, that wish is to have this financial security, but also, again, remember, if money's not a thing for you, it's having this, something that comes into your life that, that really amplifies your self-worth and, how you, see value in your, material world, but also within yourself, okay? And it could be like a relationship coming through, or maybe a job you didn't think that you could get, or maybe you're writing a book. I mean, it's infinite possibilities here. Infinite possibilities. It's where you want to direct that energy. Pisces, I love you. I mean, you're amazing. This is you have a lot to look forward to. You have a lot to look forward to. All right. So Pisces, thanks so much for tuning in. I will see you. Thanks. Next week is, there's not so many aspects next week, but these aspects next week are really powerful. So I'll see you next week. Again, if you like this reading, please, it would be great if you like and subscribe and, leave comments. And, it actually does help the algorithm too. So it's also nice for me, but I love hearing from y'all. And if you're a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. Thanks so much. And I will see you next week. All right. Thanks, Pisces. Bye-bye.